This is Theater of Lies of the Devil. Go to liesofthedevil.com. We're at the front line of spiritual warfare to rip souls away from Satan and deliver them to Jesus Christ. You guys have been awesome. We've been getting great support. Thank you so much. I want to talk about colleges and how colleges are an incubator of immorality and sin and a brainwashing camp to destroy the truth of the gospel of Jesus Christ. And it's leading people to hell. In big ways. Okay, I can't remember the statistics, but 7 out of 10 kids who go to college that are Christian, they end up getting out of college and they're not Christian. Okay, their whole entire philosophy is to destroy Christ. Destroy God. I'm going to talk about college and unmarried sex outside of marriage and just how dangerous that is. Okay? This book here, you can get it at laymansbookstore.com, Laymans bookstore.com for $1. Okay? And it talks about how, being a Christian in college is hard, but it dispels the myths that, people circulate around the campus. And this one is about sex. And myth number 1, love is a feeling and sex is the adult way to express it. That is a huge myth. That is a huge lie people promote in college. Okay? And it's not true at all. Okay? Yes, sex is a great thing, but for married people, it's a great thing for married, not outside of wedlock. Okay? Sex outside marriage is romantic. That's for the girls, right? They think that because they've always been told that through, look at the media. We just got done watching Falling Skies. That's why we've been gone for like 2-3 days. I'm spending time just watching, this show with my wife, and one of the girls on there she's like a whore. She's like sleeping around with the brothers of the main character. There's 2 main brothers, and one she's sleeping with the older brother for a little while, and then she ends up sleeping with the younger brother, and it's all about love, and I feel so much more attached to him, and this, that, and the other, and it's like she's sleeping around, and so myth number 5, sex outside marriage holds relationships together. Nope. So, all the stuff that you're told in college, or you're told through high school, the satanic programming from Planned Parenthood and these perverts that are in the school system. Planned Parenthood is a nest. It is a cesspool of perverts trying to destroy people's minds, little kids' minds at a young age. And so you've got this thing that really, we're under a curse, people. Christians are the ones inviting this stuff in a lot of ways because we're not standing up and doing the right thing. And so you've got all these people destroying your child's mind at a very young age, ushering in an agenda that is, you don't even know who's a boy and a girl anymore now. And this goes hand in hand. All this STDs, all this immorality, all these killing of your babies, it goes hand in hand with God's judgment. Whenever we allow sin and just a perpetual amount of sin to just envelop the world, the more we do that, the more God's like, okay, you guys are going to get STDs. Okay, you guys are going to get diseases. Okay, you guys are going to get, you're going to become reprobates. You're going to become reprobates. I want to go to this article that I'm really focusing on here today. University installs condom dispensers amid STD spike. Condom dispensers have been installed in several dorms at the University of South Dakota in response to a rise in the number of sexually transmitted diseases. Oh, really? Condoms will be free of charge to USD students. The assistant director of housing described the first round of dispensers as a trial run, stating that there may be more to come. You don't think that you guys are inviting just hardcore sexual immorality by doing this? It's kind of a balance between making them visible to students so they know they're available, along with the educational pieces, but then also providing some privacy for students, that they may want to grab one so that they are not feeling like they're out in the open, where anyone can walk and see them accessing it. When asked the role of RAs will play in educating their students about safe sex, Howe told The Fix that RAs and hall councils may offer programs related to student health or sex education with campus or community partners with expertise, but there is no requirement to do so. Okay. And I went to a Catholic university, and I would walk by a building that had a blue PP sign. Okay, like Planned Parenthood. I didn't know it was Planned Parenthood at the time. I was kind of young and innocent up until college, I'll be honest. Okay, I didn't go out and party. I obeyed my parents. And when I went to college, it was just like, it hit me hard. So I'm walking by this building that has this signal, and this PP signal, and I'm like, I never thought anything twice about it. I saw nurses go in there, and it was like a nursing program. I was like, well, why isn't it just the university's building? Why does it have a P? Why does it have a symbol on it? It wasn't until after college I got out that I found out by reading a news article, that was a Planned Parenthood building, and they go in there under the guise of being a facilitator to teach nurses how to do STD tests or whatever the case being, but it's also there to perform abortions and to give out abortion pills. So you got these at Catholic university campuses, Planned Parenthood abortion mills right there on the campus. Don't believe me? Let's read an article about that. Thank you to all here we go. Planned Parenthood offices located near half of Catholic colleges, alarming pro-life leaders. Half of all 4-year residential Catholic colleges, one being the one I went to, in the U.S. are within 5 miles of Planned Parenthood facilities. Mine was literally on campus. The Cardinal Newman Society has found Catholic pro-life leaders warn that the close proximity of these Planned Parenthood centers threatens the well-being of students and the culture of Catholic campuses. A lot of them are on campus. Right there. And they do this, oh, well, we have to be close to the camp. We'll have this little tiny study place where the nurses can go in there and learn about these tests, but we're going to have that little tiny building on campus, and then we'll go down a mile down the street where we have a huge, healthcare center where we can just support women. I mean, it's a great business right next to campus. I mean, look how many people are having unprotected sex. We'll just sit there and rip babies out of the womb, or we'll kill them off. No big deal. It's a moneymaker. And I'm going to show you here a study that was done in 2003, 2006, and it basically shows without a doubt the numbers, hardcore numbers, that the rise in abortions caused a rise in STDs and actually alcohol consumption. So people wonder, well, what's going on in the world? How come the world's falling apart? It's because we're allowing sin. We're allowing the spiritual war, demons and the devil and Satan. We are allowing them to control the world, and they're giving you exactly what you want. The effect of abortion legalization on sexual behavior, evidence from sexually transmitted disease. Jonathan Click and Thomas Stratman. Where is it that? Well, anyway, this was done in 2003, I believe. The abstract. I'm not going to get into the whole thing, but just the abstract. Unwarranted pregnancy represents a major cost of sexual activity. When abortion was legalized in a number of states in 1969 and 70, nationally in 1973, this cost was reduced. We predict that abortion legalization generated incentives leading to an increase in sexual activity accompanied by an increase in sexually transmitted diseases. Using the CDC data on the incidence of gonorrhea and syphilis by state, we test the hypothesis that abortion legalization led to an increase in sexually transmitted diseases. That's not including alcoholism. That's not including, and people. There might be some people that go, they're trying to bring those numbers to fruition. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. They're trying to do that on purpose. They're trying to demonize people that have sex outside of marriage. And this study that was done in 2003 goes hand in hand with the article I just read to you guys about how universities are installing condom displacement, condom where they disperse condoms for free because there's a rise in STDs. So these women and these girls are like, and even the men, they're like, I'm going to have sex. I'm going to have as much sex as I can while I'm in college because I've got to find my mate. I got to find the one that clicks with me. Sex is sex. Okay? Believe me, two people that love each other will figure out how to please each other. Okay? They'll figure it out. You don't. All it is they're spreading STDs like a virus. Here's an Orlando Women's Center where quality care is tradition. And Basically, a third of all pregnancies worldwide are unplanned. Approximately 25%. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it goes on to say that there's no problems with abortions, that it's, in fact, it's a healthy thing. This is disgusting, people. Nearly half of all pregnancies among American women are unintended, and those unintended pregnancies, 4 in 10 are terminated by abortion. 22% of all pregnancies end in abortion. That is frightening. We've killed 60 million babies in this country. It's sick. God have mercy on us. 40% of pregnancies among white women, 69% among blacks, and 54% among Hispanics are unintended. 69% among blacks. Did you know that Margaret Sanger wanted to kill off the black population? She believed that the black population, she was a racist. She was a hardcore eugenicist. She hated the black people. And in fact, she would coerce black pastors and preachers to talk to their congregation about how Planned Parenthood was a good thing. She subvertly went into the community and brainwashed them into wanting to kill their babies. Each year, about 2% of women aged 15 to 44 have an abortion. 47% of them have had at least one previous abortion. It's just, oh, we're going to have sex. Oh, I got to get an abortion. Boom, kill a baby. Later on, oh, I've done it before. It's okay. I can do it again. Boom, kill another baby. And it's just a perpetual, it's like a steamrolling, just a filthy steamrolling tidal wave of sin. We're going to get into this video right here, and it talks about how Planned Parenthood, Planned Parenthood was giving out condoms that look like lollipops to little children for sex ed. Can you imagine that? Literally lollipops that look like condoms. You get children here, actually, let's do this. I'm going to show you Beauty and the Beast. We did a documentary on Beauty and the Beast. Watch it free at liesofthedevil.com. Go to the documentary section. Watch it there. It's all these Disney movies at a very young age get kids interested in sex. At a very young age when they have no idea what that's about. They get them interested, and the curiosity and the imagination of men is vain, and it's not good. And so these kids get interested in a very young age, and Satan has them right there and there. Oh, I'll get them with sex if they weren't raised right. So go watch a Beauty and the Beast documentary. Watch how Disney just does some filthy stuff, okay? We're going to go to this video here. Planned Parenthood, trying to coerce people into talking about sex with teenagers at a young age.
Whether we like it or not, a lot of teens are having sex. By the age of 19, 7 out of 10 have had sexual intercourse. But parents of sexually active teens can make a difference. Teens who have a good relationship with their parents and get guidance about sex actually use condoms more and take fewer risks than other teens. Here are a few tips on talking with your teen. Reassure your teen you love them no matter what. Listen, no matter how you feel about what your teen is saying.
This is insane. 7 out of 10 teenagers, children under the age of 18, are already sexually active. And then you've got these abortion pills and these condoms that, the parents talking about, oh, here's a condom, here's abortion pills. Give these abortion pills to your daughter. I don't even actually, I remember being in high school, and again, I was very naive in high school. I was a good kid. I played sports. I was very good at sports. I obeyed my parents as best as I could, being that I was a teenager, okay? And I didn't go out. I didn't party. I didn't drink. I didn't go do drugs or anything like that. And I remember kids talking about taking pills. Girls taking pills. Planned Parenthood type, abortion pills. Taking those at like 15, 16 years old, 14 years old. And I remember going, what? And they would actually show them off on campus. They would show off the pills on campus like it was a cool thing. And in fact, my wife told me that when she was in high school and that maybe it was an article, did you say? That they were like people, it was like a trendy thing to get pregnant. It was like a trendy thing to get pregnant. They're destroying our children's minds. It's either, hey, it's a trendy thing to kill off your baby, or hey, it's a trendy thing to get pregnant and ruin the rest of your life out of wedlock, having sex out of wedlock. Do you understand the craziness behind all this? I'm not going to get into that, but I'm not going to get into the rest of that video. What's that, baby? Oh, thank you. But I do want to get into this. This is a spiritual patient, a Catholic Planned Parenthood supporter. And she talks about how Planned Parenthood's a good thing, you know? It's a really good thing. Just totally brainwash this young lady.
I originally went to Planned Parenthood because I needed birth control. I am a practicing Catholic, but I do believe in Planned Parenthood, so I do believe in contraceptive and practicing safe sex. We need to be educated on sex so we don't end up being parents when we don't expect to or we're not ready. I was coming out of Planned Parenthood and this lady came at me with a poster of the Virgin Mary and was like, I can help you, I can save you. And I felt a little attacked because I was just going in there to get my contraceptive so I could practice safe.
With all these little snowflakes, you know, like we did a video on Skillet. I'm not. This little girl was pretending to be the head band singer, John Cooper of Skillet. And anyway, I thought it was him because these people, you know, it looked like it was actually his account. So I made these videos, and it was not attacking the guy directly. It was just saying, hey, man, get out of the music industry. And this little snowflake girl was like, take it off. I'm going to tell the police on you. You know what I mean? And just like, you're take it off. You know, just saying that I was invading her privacy, even though she was pretending to be John Cooper of Skillet, and she was going on my video to talk about how I was not being a good Christian. And I made a video thinking it was John Cooper, and she got all upset about it. It's the same thing with this girl. These people, arrested development, their minds have gone crazy. They're, in a lot of cases, reprobates. Now, I'm not talking about the teenager. She's got hormones or whatever. But this woman should know better. And it's going to get to the point where, as a Christian, you can't even talk about Jesus Christ. You can't even talk about God. Otherwise, people will feel offended, and the thought police will come after you, or, you know, you'll get arrested for speaking the truth about the gospel because somebody was hurt emotionally. Oh, don't talk about... get their whistle up. I'm hurt. It's emotionally distressing. It's harassment. And somebody will come lock you up. You know what I mean? I'm being a little silly, but that's what it's getting at. This woman's like, I was hurt. She was talking about how God doesn't want me to kill my baby. And she was all hurt about that. Now, I'm going to show you this Aldous Huxley. I'm going to show you A Brave New World, where they, like, the whole entire... I should just do a thing just on Brave New World one day. But Brave New World, in this instance, the elite, the grown-ups, they're constantly having sex with multiple partners. There's no STDs, and they're all taking abortion. The women have abortion pills that they put on their waist that injects them with infanticide chemicals or whatever the case being instantly so they don't get pregnant. And they actually make pregnancy a disgusting thing, a revolting thing. Don't do that. It's animalistic. And they've brainwashed. And then they've got little children at a young age having sex with each other. Anyway, I'm going to show you this one scene, Brave New World. And this is Aldous Huxley. His dad was a hardcore eugenicist, and Aldous Huxley was the same. He actually went to a lot of the Trilateral Commission, Bilderberg meetings and stuff like that. And he was writing a science fiction novel to warn people as to what they were going to do, what they want to do. And it's happening. Go read A Brave New World or watch it. It's literally your watch. It's like, this is happening in real life. Just on a science fiction, but it looks like a science fiction film.
Well, you have to do something about it. I have, really. I went to a dispenser, but you know what they're like. Take 2 Soma and go to bed. Synthetic therapy sessions with an eye down.
Soma are drugs to make people happy.
Treatments.
And
Even
they're getting bathed
pregnancy
and cleansed right now
substitute.
in this little
But
machine.
nothing seems to help. I just don't know what's wrong with me.
Uncomputocepted female. Uncomputocepted female.
You forgot to set your computoception dial on your Malthusian belt. I'm always doing that. Sometimes I wish I'd been incubated as a neutered free martin. Just think, they can engage all they like without having to fuss about computoception. Here, let me help. You don't want to get You know, pregnant. Did you do the drill yesterday? I think so. Oh, I must have, because I engaged one of the assistant fertilization engineers on the compulsive leisure hour. You know, the tall one. Then just set the dial to the next one. Remember, day plus 1 equals none. Day plus 1 equals none.
That is crazy. And people look at this, oh, it's just entertainment. It's just entertainment. This is getting longer than I wanted. But people, your college students, parents, wake up, okay? Wake up. Your kids are being brainwashed at a very young age, all the way into adulthood, and they're having unprotected sex, the whole 9 yards. It's not, hey, let's educate our children so that they don't have, so that when they do have sex, that they have protected sex. No, it's not that. It's get your kids in sports. When they get home, lock them up. I mean, literally, you know what I mean? Like, you need to be aware of what your children are doing. You can't just give them a free-for-all pass to do whatever they want. Okay? Get the filth off the television. Get the movies out. Get anything that is not Christ-like, that's godly, get it out of the house. I know that when I have kids, if God blesses us with children, I'm going to watch their butt real close. I'm going to watch their butt real close. I'm going to find out who their friends are. You know what I mean? You got to start being more active in your child's life. Planned Parenthood, I'm going to show you this one clip. It's disturbing where, well, I'm going to play the clip.
In other news tonight, undercover video inside of an Indiana Planned Parenthood facility. It's going viral tonight. It's also drawing a lot of new controversy.
And now we're going to show you the video that was filmed by an activist group that appears to show workers informing what they thought was an underage girl about violent sexual role-playing.
Eyewitness News reporter Matt McCutcheon is here tonight in our studio with what was said, as well as the response tonight from Indiana's Planned Parenthood. Matt?
Andrea and Ann, the video starts with a conversation between the counselor and a girl posing as a 15-year-old. She says she has questions about being sexually active, and that's where things become explicit. Now, I want to warn you, the content is graphic and isn't suitable for children.
It's a width that's like about this long.
This video
It just depends what type of painting you can take.
is sparking outrage.
Or you could be a dominatrix.
It's an edited undercover conversation between an Indianapolis Planned Parenthood employee and a person from the group Live Action, posing as a 15.
Pervert alert. Okay, I'm going to say something here before I get out of this and before I read the Bible. I was in anatomy and physiology class in high school, and I remember she had this box, and she was like, we're going to talk about sex today. I was like, this is anatomy and physiology class. We want to learn about muscles and, you know, bones and stuff like that. Like, this is crazy. And I was a class clown in high school. I was like a class clown. Hated high school because it was boring to me, but I had to do what I had to do. When I came home with C's or D's, my dad bust my butt and was like, listen, you need to do something about this. And then, you know, 2 weeks later, a month later, whatever, the grades came out, I'd get an A. Okay? That's the kind of person I was in high school. And I remember she was talking about, we're going to talk about sex. Here's a little box, and we're going to put it out here, and you just, anything you're interested in, I'll answer all questions this time in class. So everybody's putting stuff in there, and I put in a bad joke. I put in a question that was not a good question because I wanted to see if she would actually go that far. Okay? And she goes, she read the question off, and she started laughing, and so did everybody else because it was a stupid question. You know what I mean? And it was, I'm not going to get into it, but she actually answered the question. And it was like to prove that she's a pervert in front of everybody. And I could not believe she answered. You have perverts in schools. You have perverts in Planned Parenthood. You have all these perverts that, oh, we're doing it for the greater good. We're doing it because it's a good thing. And we're going to, you know, we're just going to educate people. And they're there to pervert minds. Okay, I'm going to read you this Bible verse. Chapter 7, 1 Corinthians chapter 7. Now concerning the things whereof whereof ye wrote unto me, it is good for a man not to touch a woman. Nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife, and let every woman have her own husband. God's design is perfect. It was always supposed to be that way. One man, one woman. Now you get all these other people like, well, there's concubines. You know, Solomon had many wives. Why would God allow polygamy? He didn't. It's just that's what men did because they're sinful. They are fallen creatures. It was only supposed to be one man, one woman. Let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence, and likewise also the wife unto the husband. The wife hath no power over of her own body, but the husband, and likewise also the husband hath no power, not power of his own body, but the wife. Defraud ye not one the other, except it be with consent for a time, that ye may give yourselves a fasting and prayer, and come together again, that Satan tempt you not for your incontinency. Okay, I read that for a purpose, for the people that are out there thinking like, oh, maybe I can be sexually active. Hold off. Get a wife. Then you can do it all the time. And you won't have to go search out and find other women and cause fornication, adultery, and get sexual transmission. Hold off. Wait for a godly wife and then have at it. Have at it. Okay? That's what he's talking about right there. All right? God did such an amazing job the first time around. It'll never go back to that until Christ comes back. But you know what? Try to live by his rules. It's very easy. It's a good life. It really is. We need to defraud Planned Parenthood. Kick those perverts out.